What is up, guys? It is Chris. We are back with another video. Welcome back to the Angra Holy Land album reaction and review. And so this episode we have a total of 4 songs. I'm going to try and get through these as quick as possible while still trying to maintain the integrity of the reviews because there's things I have to do. So first up we have Holy Land. And next we have the Shaman, Make Believe, and finally Zito. Now I have heard the final 2 songs, but you guys have said that you wanted, at least every time I've asked for a poll in the past, it seems you guys always want me to do the songs that I have already reacted to in the album reaction. So therefore we're going to just include those in. We're just going to focus on the review section of those particular songs. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and check out Holy Land. And yeah, let's go. Love the ominous sound it has. Ooh, I like that bass.
Unshot feet, traces on fresh sand, the map unfold, spreading out the knowledge, magic and love, and then carried by wooden gods we lead toward the sky, gushed up the holy blood from those who die.
Seems like this is talking about Aztec or some sort of thing. Aztec culture. Or Mayan, possibly. Really enjoying this so far. It's got a really, really different sound. Really good song so far. Definitely really, really diverse sound in this song. I love the different facets to it. I love the strings. They're nice. Got a little bit of everything in this section, don't we?
To
Okay, good. We still have like over a minute. This piano part is really good. Oh. They have so unique stuff in this record. This type of stuff is why I fell in love with Angra in the first place. Temple of Shadows was nice, but this stuff just solidifies it. I think that's what it was called. Yeah, Temple of Shadows, that's what it was. So far, absolutely loving this record. I don't think I've heard a single bad song on this record so far, or at least ones that I didn't enjoy. So far, I've liked absolutely everything. They have such a unique. This I would say is probably their most unique album that I've heard by them. I think I've heard 3 now, not counting this one. I'm not sure. You guys will have to correct me on that one. But yeah, this is definitely their most unique record in my opinion, which is why I like it so much. I'm really a fan of the experimental sound that they had on here. Well, not really experimental, but they incorporated more traditional types of Brazilian instruments and I guess melodies and rhythms in it as well, which is absolutely amazing. That's part of the reason I loved Angra, is because by listening to it, I'm exposing myself to things that I've never heard before, and it's amazing to hear. And so this album is definitely no different. This song is no different. I'm loving everything that I am hearing. I really love the piano melodies as well as the violin, and I think there was a little bit of trumpets, but I wasn't exactly sure. I can honestly say I preferred in this song. The normal instruments didn't really do anything for me. I was mainly listening and taking in the more traditional types of instruments that were of like Brazilian culture. That's something that I really like about this album. It's something that fascinates me, and it's something that the lyrical content is something I'm gonna have to study for myself, because I really am fascinated by everything, the discovery of Brazil, and it's amazing to see. This song was absolutely amazing. I'm gonna wait until the end of the album reaction before I rate these songs. We're gonna be going into a discussion, but overall, off to a really good start for this episode. So let's look and see what this says on Genius. Can you bring it up? It says, let's try and bring this up here. The early 1500s, when society was in the middle of Renaissance. So this is in reference to, we were born in a golden age beyond the creed. And it says, the early 1500s, when society was in the middle of the Renaissance beyond the dark times of the Middle Ages. In the succeeding years, before it was common belief that years between the fall of Rome and the beginning of Renaissance was a period of intellectual darkness. From this point of view, Renaissance was indeed a golden age. And from the Renaissance, I believe we got some of the greatest artwork and composers, if I remember correctly, as well. But he says, we are born in a golden age beyond the creed. Blown with the winds to meet the ones who creep and pray. So, actually, let's look and see what that line particularly is about. It's a Eurocentric view of the world, calling the indigenous people the ones who creep. The pray, says the narrator, will meet and pray with the indigenous people, hoping to save their souls, I guess, or something. Yeah, and evangelize the natives into Catholicism. So that's pretty interesting. It says, unshoaled feet traces on fresh sand. So I'm assuming that these people have never stepped foot in a place like this. A map unfolds, spreading out knowledge, magic, and love, and then let's look and see what this says. Oh, no. Uh, Carried by wooden gods. The album theme centers around the exploration. Okay, we already know this. The wooden gods in this case are Portuguese caravels, which is pretty cool. This is actually a line. Um, okay, yeah, I had picked up that on that, but I wasn't exactly sure. We leave towards the sky. I was kind of thinking of Carolina the Fourth, but yeah, I didn't know. Fun fact, people were correcting me and saying that Carolina the Fourth was actually the boat and not a person, which is pretty interesting. Now, this next line, gushed out of the holy blood, kind of reminded me of that was the reason I was thinking it was like Maya and Aztec culture. Let's look and see what this says. In order for Brazil to become the Holy Land, it was necessary for people to die during the Age of Discovery. Both the explorers who died trying to cross the Atlantic Ocean, as depicted in the song Carolina the Fourth, and the indigenous people of Brazil, as depicted, we have not heard this, in the song The Shaman, both from the same album. The death toll was in the order of millions. Yeah, conquest is never pleasant for either side. You can argue that that there's people that can argue that the people were better off on their own. You can argue that they've helped them. I'm just going to stay neutral on the topic. There's an ongoing debate in American culture as well about this kind of thing. I'm just not going to get into it. I'm just going to present both sides and leave it at that. So he says, someone has sent me here. I actually looked at this during the middle of the song. It's European royalty, more specifically Portuguese, sent explorers to territory that would become known as the Americas, which is pretty cool. The only other thing I can think of is this line and this line. Holy Land, throw your scars on me. My soul just tends to be your friend. Don't particularly know what those particular lines are about, and Holy Land, show your signs to me, because I'm still here to see your face. Not really going to get too much into those. I'm not going to take time away from the other songs to sort of try and interpret those. But next we have The Shaman. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, isn't there a song about this in, what was that other album I just reacted to? By, not just, but like, I had reacted to an album by Angra. I'm kind of curious now, what was it? I think it was Spread Your Fire was about the Crusader, if I remember correctly. That's, I guess what I was thinking of. It wasn't the same thing. Anyways, let's get started with The Shaman. Off to a symphonic start. Love the drums. That was a smooth transition. That time signature change. They were going from 3/4 to something else. This chorus is amazing. it's got a really good sound to it. I'm loving this. I normally don't like the 3/4 time signature, but this is so good. The drumming is absolutely amazing on this song. I love the drumming on this song. Where are we going now? I love the keyboard, that's nice. Oh my god, this drumming is amazing. The guitar solo is amazing too, but I love the drumming. This chorus is really good. Oh, I love that. The trumpet right there sounds amazing. I gotta hear more music like this. This is so amazing. No, not necessarily like Brazilian, but other music that incorporates stuff like that. It was amazing. There you guys have it. That was the Shaman. That was a really good song. I was so immersed in that song that it just flew by. The time with this song just flew by. I was like so into like the music and just taking everything in. Holy crap. I'm not gonna repeat myself when I say that like I love the stuff on this record because it's consistent. The quality is so consistent throughout this record that it's just amazing. The shining example of this song, I would have to say, no doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, is the drums. The drumming on this song, as well as the different sort of other types of instruments they were using. I don't know if they were bongos or other different types of stuff. It sounded so good together. They overlaid them on top of each other, and it was absolutely amazing. I love the clarinet sections as well. Not clarinet, but trumpet sections. Those were pretty nice, as well as the keyboard sound was amazing as well. So let's take a look at the lyrics and see what they have to say. It says, "Oh boys, I've seen the old man, a straw mask around the forehead, the blaze, a blast, and the awakening dead. The magic seeds will spread." So this is talking about. I think this is from the point of view of someone who saw a shaman, and maybe he was frightened. It says, "The bleeding warrior he has fought. Healing leaves, piranha teeth, nobody leaves this place till dawn. Against the passion for the love, serpent skin, a savage scream, don't you believe it grows, it grows." So I'm assuming he saw some things that like freaked him out when it talks about healing leaves. Oh wait, guys can't even see what I'm pointing at. Okay, when he's talking about the healing leaves, piranha teeth, nobody leaves this place till dawn. He says, "Oh boys, it's all so easy, worn up the soul." Is it worn or warm? Warm up the soul. While the body is freezing, I swear it. So they must be obviously in a pretty cold place while he's saying that. He's saying that you need to make peace like inside yourself because it's cold and you may not survive. He says, against the men for the land, against the beasts to survive, against the demons to keep the faith. I'm assuming when it's talking about demons, it is talking about like the shamans or perhaps indigenous people, but I could be wrong. It says the spirits and the fate. Maybe the shamans are using magic against them that they don't understand. It says a word together they will shout. Run and pray if you're afraid. You better stay away from it all. So if it's something that frightens you, don't go near it, essentially is what this is saying. A rumble shakes up all the ground. Start to sing, to turn and spin. Get rid of all your sins right now. So he's saying the time's coming for you. You better make sure you're right with your maker before you die. Essentially is what that's saying. Yeah, so it seems like they came across some people that they weren't expecting, and it freaked them out. It freaked them out pretty bad, essentially is what it looked like. And also, they're not only fighting against the shamans, but they're also fighting against just the land in general, which is pretty insane. Pretty good song, I will say. When it comes to the Holy Land or Shaman, the jury's still out. I'm going to have to listen to them both again to find out. Now comes the two that I have heard. I don't think I did a lyrical breakdown. I think I did of Zito. I tried. But here's the thing. Zito's, the lyrics, I think, if I remember correctly, in the comments, they had said that the band members refused to even say what Zito is actually about. It's not really about any... It's not really... It's sort of like an inside joke for the band, essentially, is what it's like. So I don't think I'm going to try too hard with that one, but we're focusing on Make Believe right now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I think he's using a 12 string right there. I like the paradiddles that they're doing. I vaguely remember this one, but it's been a long time since I've heard this one. It's almost like listening to it again for the first time. I remember pieces, not a whole lot though. I think that's a nylon guitar. It sounds really good. Classic guitar. Ooh. I love distortion with like an acoustic strumming as well. It sounds so amazing. That's one of my favorite sounds. That sounded awesome. Almost reminded me of Carolina. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh. I love that they envelop the song. Envelope, sorry. That's what I like to call it. Oh, perfection. Oh, yeah. I remember this part of the song. I love this part of the song. The just epic conclusion of the song was amazing. Oh god. I love the lead play that is going right now. Andre's vocals are just so amazing. Fading out with a solo. Such an amazing song. Such an amazing song. I'm not going to get into, I guess, a lyrical breakdown since I'm looking through this and I can't really tell what it's about. I have already reacted to this song, so I'm just going to go light on this. I'm probably going to say the same things, or at least some of the same things that I did in the first time. I really liked the drumming in the beginning. I liked that it was more sort of a military or traditional, like paradiddle style of drumming in the beginning, and it slowly built up over that, and then it had the 12-string guitar. The best moment of this song, though, it builds up to it throughout the song. I love the little nylon guitar as well, but there's no comparison. The ending of this song is like the final 2 or 3 minutes is absolutely amazing, and it's just like the best part of the song. In my opinion, one of the best on the album. Just the build up to it, and then just Andre's soaring vocals, as well as the lead play that happens while it plays, is amazing as well. So that's what I think of Make Believe. Now let's get on to Zito. This was also a pretty good song, if I remember correctly. I just couldn't figure out what this was about. So I'm not going to be doing a lyrical breakdown, since obviously fans themselves don't really know what it's about. So we're just going to react to the music.
Much more than
Love that double bass. Definitely love the, I don't know what type of instruments those are, but they sound really good. Some sort of brass instrument. This is definitely one of the fastest songs on the record. One of the more aggressive ones, too. I love this harmonizing section. The transitions on this song are so good too. Kiko is such an amazing guitarist.
Brings to me in fantastic purity everything I need, like a teenager discovering.
Oh, I love that harmonizing. Holy crap. Holy crap, what a song. Zito is definitely one of the best ones on the record. I loved how fast and aggressive it is, and the drummer, I forget his name, but he is an absolute monster on drums. Let me look at genius. Let me see. Brain fart. Oh, Holy Land. I gotta see who the drummer was. I forgot who it was. Drums is Ricardo. holy crap, he is an absolute monster on drums. Um, that was definitely my favorite part of the song. The guitar is as well were absolutely amazing, and don't even get me started on those solos. The man Kiko is just such an absolute monster at guitar. Um, I'm definitely sad to see him go in Angra, but at the same time, I love Megadeth too. So like, it's kind of a toss up because he was so amazing in Angra, and but I've only heard like a few of his songs from Megadeth. Although I am looking forward to hearing more of them, more of him in, I guess, in future albums as well. Plus, I need to check out more of Dystopia as well. But we're not focusing on Megadeth. We're talking about Angra here. Um, Overall, this song was absolutely amazing. I loved the more symphonic elements they had to it and the more frantic nature that it had to it. Um, I'm not really going to get into a lyrical analysis, like I said, but yeah, it was absolutely amazing song. This was an absolutely amazing episode. Unfortunately, I had heard two of them in the past, Zito and Make Believe. That being said, out of the two, Make Believe is still my favorite. But the jury's still out on which out of the four that I have heard today, which one I like more. It's honestly a toss-up between, what was it? What was the name of it? It's honestly a toss-up between the Shaman and Make Believe. Holy Land was also really good, but the Shaman had I think a more consistent tone to it. Well, Holy Land, yeah, the Shaman had a little bit more consistency. But Holy Land was all over the place. I really liked the Shaman though because it was mainly focused on the more traditional types of instruments and not necessarily just a straightforward rock or metal sound. As to which out of the 8 that I've heard that I like the best, it has to be Carolina the Fourth. Absolutely amazing song. I'm thinking that's going to be the favorite of the album, but there's still 3 more that we're going to be checking out next week. Next week, you guys can look forward to Deep Blue, Lullaby for Lucifer, and Queen of the Night. Those are what we're going to do, as well as the album discussion afterwards. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys. This has been Christ. We will see you later.